Wow, I mean, unbelievable. Just, I can't say enough about what he did, competed and emptied the tank there, just did a great job.
Did anything look different about him to you today after he went through the first couple times of the order?
Yeah, he looked efficient, he was commanding everything and getting ahead, and really just staying in the zone and stayed in the zone all the way through competing like that.
Do you think any of this is just him settling in as a starter again?
Yeah, I mean, he's had ups and downs, and you see how it's gone. The first few times through two times through the order, and then he has hit a little wall there. But today you didn't see that. He continued to push, continued to grind through, and I think that going from relieving to starting, and just the way that it takes some time too. So we'll just see how he continues to progress, and today was great.
He pitched exactly 2 times through in his last 2 starts. Was the plan for him to kind of have that similar length of a leash, and then you guys just watched it all unfold and said, hey, let's let him go a little longer?
You know what, there really was no plan going into it. We're just going in, watching what he's doing, how he's going about it, how his stuff looks, and evaluate as the game goes on.
How hard was it taking him out? I know Drake had doubled the previous at bat. We were looking for the matchup, but how hard was it taking him out when 1 out shy of a quality starter?
Yeah, it was, but we're looking for wins, and I think that when he hopefully looks back on this outing, he did an unbelievable job and got the win for us and pitched 5 2/3 of great baseball, and there are a lot of great things to take out of that start.
How big was it?
Okay. You had to use Dennis 3 times in 3 games, but how key were both Carmen and Baraki to stay away, to not tax the bullpen too much?
Man, I mean, can't say enough about Baraki. He had 3 ups, and he wanted the ball, man. Going back out there for that 3rd up, and just awesome job.
What kind of went into the decision to go to Tanner there with 2 outs there in the 8th?
Yeah, it was with Baraki having 3 ups, and we felt like it was a good lane there for Rainey with, bringing 2 righties, Olsen in the middle. Didn't work out. Some of that might be on me too. We had Rainey up a lot, for different hitters and different stretches along the way, and just didn't work out today in that lane. But he's been doing a great job.
What stood out about Joey's at bats here over the last few days?
Oh man, he just unbelievable. Just grinding it out, and you look at that last one against the closer. I mean, all those at bats. We up 3-0, tough inning. They tie it up 3-3, but the fight that these guys had, continuing to grind, continuing to put it together good at bats. Frazier getting the pinch hit off the bench. Key with 2 strikes, finding a way to move the ball forward. It's just great to see the resiliency there and the way that they continue to fight and come out on top.
The big inning was something that was missing for you guys over the last couple of weeks. I think the 5th was the first time you guys scored at least 3 runs in an inning in over 2 weeks. How nice is it, A, to see that, and B, to see it against Chris Sale?
Oh man, I mean, anytime you can grind out some at bats against Chris, he's gonna be a Hall of Famer, and to put that together and get guys on base, got some guys in motion there. Triolo with the big stolen base double steal, and we were able to tack on an extra one there with the 3rd. I was just really impressed with the guys with giving up the lead there. 3 could easily fold, but the way that they battled through and found a way to come through in the 9th was tremendous.
Joey's had some moments where he struggled behind the plate, not today, but in previous games. How impressive is it that he hasn't allowed that affect him at the plate at all?
Oh man, well, and you know what? When you look at Joey from last year to this year, defensively, he's been doing so much better. And there may be games that they do struggle here and there, but we talked about yesterday. I think somebody asked about Brian and Joey, and the good thing about these guys is they're resilient, tough, and they don't let it carry over from the plate to the field. And I mean, look at Joey throwing out Allen there. I mean, what a throw he had. That was a big out for us in that moment.
The outfielders looked like they were positioned kind of shallow on Murphy's double. What was the thinking there?
With Bay out there, I think he was in maybe a little normal. It just, Murphy got it and it tailed away from him. We put Bay in for defense and just didn't work out. It got away from him a little bit, but I think it split the gap and tailed away from him more. I think if it was right over his head, he probably had a chance.
First series win as a Pirates manager, how does it feel?
Any win feels awesome, but to get a series win, especially after yesterday, struggling with runners in scoring position, and then to be able to come through today, it was a great job by the guys.
This team has had its share of letdowns late in the games. this season. What was different about today that they came through in the night the way they did?
I don't know, just the energy felt great, the dugout felt great, and I think the guys just believed in themselves to go out there and do it. And I mean, you see Cabrian moving the ball forward, gets a base hit, Frazier first and third, continue to grind through some at-bats. It's a great job.
Do you think today was kind of a recipe of, being able to find some positive results in terms of, you mentioned the base running, timely hitting, quality starting pitching, I mean, all that kind of turning into a positive result?
That's the recipe. Pitching, defense, timely hitting, and just got to keep it rolling.